This is NeurExplain, the weekly selection of neurosurgical literature, week 2, 2021. The images which are being shown are also available on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook, and the DOIs of the papers are available in the YouTube description. The first paper is by Badiwala et al., published in Lancet Neurology 2020, about the influence of timing of surgical decompression for acute spinal cord injury. The authors performed a pooled analysis in more than 1,500 patients and found that decompressive surgery within 24 hours is clearly associated with better outcomes more than 1 year after the spinal cord injury, which is being defined as ASIA motor scores more than 20% better, sensory scores more than 20% better, and less impairment on the AIS classification. So the authors conclude that early surgery, even within the 24-hour time frame, is associated with better outcomes. Time is spine, or as you wish, time is spinal cord. The second paper of this week is by Hutchinson et al. And published in the New England Journal of Medicine 2020, which is a trial of dexamethasone for chronic subdural hematoma. The authors performed a randomized controlled trial in which actually 680 patients were eligible for further follow-up, and they defined favorable outcome as a modified Rankin scale of 0 to 3 after 6 months of the event. And the dexamethasone group had a favorable outcome in 84%, whereas the placebo group had a favorable outcome in 90%, so 6% better. The authors also looked at repeat surgery and found that the dexamethasone group had repeat surgery in 2% and the placebo group in 7%, so 5% more. So the authors conclude that dexamethasone leads to a less favorable outcome, more adverse events, but fewer repeat surgeries. The third paper of this week is by Rus et al., published in Movement Disorders in 2020, and they provide guidelines for speech recording and acoustic analysis in dysarthrias of movement disorders. The authors detail about 3 aspects of speech: phonetry, articulatory, and prosodic, and propose standardized recordings in 4 vocal tasks, which are sustained vowel, motion rates, reading passage, and monologues. They provide 3 domains in which this can be put and which needs attention, which is the recording environment, the recording process, and acoustic outcome data. In their conclusion, they also find that hyperkinetic dysarthria group had more affected speech dimensions than the hypokinetic speakers and several contrasting speech patterns. The fourth and last paper of this week is by Catapano et al., published in Neurosurgery 2021, and it's about the effects of preoperative embolization in Spätzle-Martin grade 3 arteriovenous malformations. The authors collected a group of 102 patients with Spätzle-Martin grade 3 AVM. 56% got embolization followed by microsurgical resection, and the other 44% got only microsurgical resection without embolization. In the embolization plus resection group, only 7% had a modified Rankin scale larger than 2, whereas the microsurgical resection group only had an MRS larger than 2 and 38%. So the embolization plus resection group performed much better. So in their conclusion, the authors state that despite significant differences in size, eloquence, and diffuseness, propensity-adjusted analysis demonstrated that non-embolization of Spätzle-Martin grade 3 AVMs is associated with increased risk of poor neurological outcome after microsurgical resection. This was the NeurExplain weekly selection of neurosurgical literature for week 2, 2021. Updates and images are available from the website, in particular the channels on social media. And stay tuned for more YouTube videos. If you like, you can subscribe to the channel. Thanks for listening.